Sandy, and welcome to this 30-minute session, yoga to help relieve some anxiety. So, especially during these crazy times, it's time to find a place of rest and peace, and hopefully this practice will help you to do that. So to begin, if you'd like, you can just sit on your mat. If you'd like, you can sit on a couple pillows or a couple blankets just to lift the hips a little off the floor. And let the hands just rest on the knees. Go ahead and close the eyes. Feel the shoulders beginning to relax away from the ears. Take a mental scan of your body, noticing any spots of tension. You don't have to do anything about them, just notice it. Feel any points of contact with the floor. Feel yourself grounding. And then start to bring your focus to your breath. Feeling the rise and fall of the chest. Expanding of the lungs. If you'd like, go ahead and keep the eyes closed. What we're going to do next is a very simple pranayama. Pranayama is a controlled breath. We basically just bring focus and control to your breathing. And this one is very gentle. It's one you could do at any time that you're feeling a little stressed or anxious. Maybe you're in traffic, or you're at work, or in line at the grocery store, anytime, maybe at home. So go ahead and let the eyes closed. Hands and arms are relaxed. And as you inhale, we're going to count to 4, and then you'll hold. And then as you exhale, we'll count to 4, and then you hold. If the holding is uncomfortable, you don't need to do it. You can just do the counted breath. So either way, give it a try, see how you feel. Eyes are closed. As you inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhaling, continue at your pace. Maybe the breaths are longer or shorter, or slower or faster. After your next exhale, resume normal breath. Take a moment to notice how you might feel after that short pranayama. Perhaps you feel lighter, maybe you feel calmer, maybe you feel nothing, and that's okay too. So blinking open the eyes, go ahead and remove any pillows or blankets you might be sitting on. Just set them off to the side. Coming to a nice comfortable seat. As you inhale, lift the arms up, palms come to press, and exhale down to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Starting to connect movement with your breath, using the breath to help give you focus, keep the mind from wandering, keep us in our bodies and not distracted by things around us. And the next time the hands are up, go ahead and keep the palms apart. Your right hand, left wrist reach up and over. Come back to center, left wrist, or left hand, right wrist reach up and over. Come back to center, interlace the fingers, flip the palms towards the ceiling, reaching up with the arms while the shoulders come down. Gently release and twist over to the right. Nice gentle twist. Thinking nice and tall in the spine. Try not to slouch into the back. Inhale through center and twist over to the left. Inhale again through center. Start to reach forward, walking the fingertips forward. Roll over the knees, coming into tabletop position. Depending on what kind of floor surface you have under your mat, maybe you place a blanket under the knees. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Feel the belly button pulling in to support your back. And as you exhale, press into the palms for cat pose. Inhale, arch for cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. So you're moving with your breath here. Throughout the practice, if I cue breaths and you're not on the same one as me, don't worry about it. Just keep moving with the breath. And then come back to neutral. Reach the right arm and the left leg. Imagine you're pressing the wall away behind you. Foot is nice and flexed. Still pulling in with the belly button. And then lower down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Energetically reaching the limbs forward and back. And exhale, lower. Bring your left hand towards the center of the mat as you inhale up with the right arm. And then thread your needle. Reach, reach, reach that right arm. Come down onto the side of the head. The left hand can stay in front of your face, reach overhead, or reach around to the right hip pocket. Left hand back in front of the face, lift up, reaching the right arm, and lower it down. Inhale up with the left. Exhale, reach, 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 reach that right arm, come down onto the side of the face. Again, taking any variation with the right arm. The more you reach that bottom arm, the more you'll feel a nice stretch along the shoulder. Right hand back in front of the face. Inhale up with the left arm. And lower. Take just a few more cat and cow. And after your next exhale, start to tuck the toes, lifting the hips for downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal the feet here. Bending one knee at a time, reaching the heel towards the floor. And then start to find stillness in your dog. Bending the knees as much as you need to feel the hips reaching up. It's less about straight, have some super straight legs. More about bringing your chest towards your thighs. But eventually start to straighten the legs as you're able. And then walk the hands back towards your feet. Again, bend the knees if you need to. Grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Or maybe you just stay center, letting gravity pull you a little closer. then release the arms. Start to walk the hands back out, coming into your plank pose. Go ahead and lower to the knees here. And then the chest and the chin, the bum is lifted. Slide forward, low cobra, feet are pressing into the mat. And then tuck the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. This time, walk the feet forward. Coming to a nice flat back, hands on the shins, reach the head forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, roll up the spine. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale to heart center. Coming into your mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet are about hip distance apart. Arms at your side, fingers reaching towards the floor. You're not just simply standing here, you are working. The legs are engaged, quads are lifting up. Fingers reach for the floor while the crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms lift, palms press. Reach over to the right and over to the left. Come back to center, take cactus arms, press the chest forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins or maybe the floor. Exhale, fold, step the feet back, come to your plank pose. Always feel free to lower to the knees if you'd like. As you lower, elbows scrape the sides of the body. Lift up for cobra or lift the knees, upward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, bend the knee, bringing the foot close to the bum, open the hip. But notice your right shoulder is going to want to lift, even it out with the left. And then bring the foot forward. Lower the left knee, lift the arms, low lunge. Feel the left knee grounding into the earth. Right toes are nice and spread. Reconnecting with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the hands, step the right foot back. Come to your plank pose. Hold here, whether you're on the knees or you're fully lifted. Press the mat away from you. Feel the belly button pulling into the spine. Nice long line from the crown of your head all the way to your heels. And then slowly lower, chaturanga. Cobra or maybe upward dog. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Keep that left shoulder in line with the right. And bring the left foot forward, right knee lowers. And lift up, high lunge, or excuse me, low lunge. Again, feeling that right knee grounding into the mat. Left toes are spread. Exhaling down. Step it back, hold your plank, feel the belly button pulling in, activating your core. And either knees lowered or lifted, take your vinyasa. Cobra, downward dog. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. One more of those. Inhale through the nose. Sigh out. Look forward towards your hands. Walk up. Come to a nice flat back. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Roll up the spine. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale to heart center. Coming back to your mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel the feet grounding into the mat, almost as if there's roots growing out of your feet. Inhale, lift, palms press. Reach over to the right and over to the left. Back to center, take cactus, maybe a little back bend as you press the chest forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands connect, step back to your plank. Hold for one breath. And then as you exhale, take your vinyasa. Or maybe you're like, I don't want to do a vinyasa. Then just meet us in downward facing dog. That is always an option. Inhale, right leg lifts, bend the knee, open up the hip. And then bring the foot forward, rising up for a warrior two. Take a moment, find your pose. The back foot is parallel to the mat. Front toes reach towards the front. Look down and notice your right knee. You want to press it out towards the pinky edge of your right foot. Shoulders relaxed. Energetically reaching the arms forward and back. Gaze over the right middle finger. Flip your front hand, reverse your warrior. Keep that right arm nice and straight, finding length in the side body here. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Maybe the elbow comes to the leg. Maybe the hand comes to the floor. Your choice. Opening in the chest. Imagine someone's pulling your left rib cage open. Press into the feet, rise up, warrior two. Pressing into the pinky edge of your left foot. Flip your front hand, reverse your warrior. Circle the hands down, frame your foot, step it back. Meet in downward dog or take your vinyasa. Once in your dog, inhale left leg, bend the knee, open the hip. Bring the foot forward, rise up, warrior two. Take a moment, find your pose. Checking out the feet, check out your left knee, pressing it out towards the side of your left foot. Gaze over your left middle finger. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reach forward, find your side angle. Maybe the elbow comes onto the knee where you're pressing the elbow into your knee. Or maybe the hand comes to the floor. Either way, opening in the chest. This time someone's pulling your right rib cage open. Legs are strong. Don't forget to breathe. Press into the feet, inhale up. Exhale, reverse. Circle the hands down. Step it back, downward dog, or take your vinyasa. Meet in downward facing dog. Go ahead and lower down onto the knees. Bring the toes together. Knees are nice and wide. Come back into child's pose. If the forehead does not reach the floor, either grab a block or a blanket or something to connect the head so that we're connecting with the ground, with the mat. Arms can be relaxed. Take a few easy breaths here. And then start to walk the fingers forward, tenting them up so that arms are nice and active. Lift the forehead as you walk the hands over to the right. Left hand comes on top of right. And then go back through center over to the left. Right hand on top of left. And then come back to center once more, reaching the fingers forward and lifting up. We're going to go ahead and just come onto our seat. And then slowly roll down onto your back. So the feet, even though you can't see them, are about hip distance apart. Knees in line with the hips. Arms are alongside the body. As you inhale, slowly tilt the pelvis up, lifting the hips for bridge pose. But then we're going to exhale and roll right back down. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, roll back down. Imagine someone's walking their fingers up and down your spine as you slowly lift and lower. If you'd like, lift the arms overhead as the hips lift. And if you're looking for even a little more here, maybe you lift one leg. Maybe you lift the arms too, or maybe you just lift the leg each time the hips lift. Your choice. But if you lift the legs, be conscious of the hips. Make sure that they are not wobbling all over the place. Try and keep them in line and level. Take a few more rolling bridges here. And on your next inhale, lift and hold. Maybe the hands come beside your hips. Maybe you hold the edges of your mat. Maybe you walk the shoulders underneath you, interlace your fingers, press the hands into the mat. Your choice here. So the feet are pressing into the mat. Glutes are engaged, quads are engaged, even your abdominals are working a little bit here. And then slowly roll down. Let the knees just move side to side. And then coming back to center, lift the hips just about an inch off the floor and move them over to the left. Maybe you cross the left leg over the right if that feels good, and then let the knees fall over to the right. If it doesn't feel good to cross the legs, just let the knees stack. If you would like, look over your left shoulder, pressing that left shoulder into the mat. Finding your twist. And then slowly come back to center, unwind the legs if they're crossed, move the hips over to the right, maybe crossing the right leg over the left, and knees fall to the left. Gaze over the right shoulder. Again, if you don't want to cross the legs, just let the knees stack. Listening to your body, honoring how it feels today. And then slowly come back to center, uncross the legs, even out the hips, center them up again, and start to pull the knees into your chest. Maybe you grab around the thighs here, pulling the knees towards your armpits. Maybe you grab your big toes, or maybe you reach for the outside edges of your feet. Ideally, the head and back are all on the mat for happy baby. If you'd like, rock side to side. Maybe straighten one leg at a time. This is my favorite pose. Or you can just stay still, letting gravity pull you down. Can feel really nice. And then slowly lower the feet down onto the mat. So I'll give you two options for our final rest. If you'd like, you can just come into Shavasana, corpse pose, or a very nice, relaxing way to find some peace. If you've got a wall space nearby, bring the hips up to the edge of the wall, and then just swing your legs up, coming into legs up the wall. If you'd like, you can place something under the hips here. You can even let the legs fall open if you have the space and if that feels good. Or maybe they just hang out up the wall. Your choice. So if you're in Shavasana, or even legs up the wall, let the arms just fall wherever they may. Take as much space as you'd like. Close the eyes. And start to feel the body relax. Let the body grow heavy. Almost as if you're melting into the mat beneath you. Feel the breath begin to slow. you'd like, you can stay in your final rest for as long as you'd like. Or maybe you start to let the breath deepen, bringing awareness back to the body. Invite gentle movement to the fingers and the toes. Slowly move the head side to side. And then whether you're in Shavasana or legs up the wall, start to bend the knees. Roll onto your right side. Use your arm as a pillow and stay here for a few breaths. And then using the strength of your arms, press up to a seated position with the eyes closed. Come back to that easy seat that we had at the beginning of our practice. Bring the hands to heart center, pressing the thumbs to your sternum. Take one big inhale through the nose, sigh it out. I hope that this has helped you to have some tools for some anxiety and those moments in your life. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you again soon. Namaste.